Hi guys, this message is for anyone who felt the title resonates. It is December 26th, but of course when you see it, it's when you're meant to see it. Some of you it'll resonate with, some of you may not. Take what does apply, let the rest fly. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you all had a good one, or you know, anyways. So what I got for you today is healing relationship wounds. This is looking back at dating patterns, dating habits, the people you have chose to get in relationships with, the matter in which you chose to get in the relationship. And some of you, it's aspects of, was it just based off attraction? Did you move too quickly? Um, Thinking about those relationships that had you feeling stuck. Some of you still could be feeling stuck. And that's because, choices that we make when it comes to relationships or choices in our life in general, we always have the choice. There's always free will there, of course. And it's realizing, the relationships were not divinely connected, divinely protected. So we had lessons to learn, right? But this is also learning from those and not repeating those same dating patterns, because new faces can come in with the same qualities of those ones to test you. A past person can come in, to test you, to see if you learned your lesson. And sometimes they'll come back saying they've changed, saying they've done these things to, to keep you stuck, because they want you with them, but you may be dealing with the individual who hasn't healed, or you maybe realizing the people you dated or choices you made dealing with individuals, they were not healed. And it makes you also realize within you that you weren't healed in certain aspects of your life. This is digging deep, like, why did I date that person? Why did I stay with that person way past expiration date, way past realizing there wasn't, it wasn't a divine union. It didn't flow peacefully. There wasn't compromise, all these things. And when I say relationship, it doesn't have to just be a lover. This could be friendships, relationships. This can be relationships with mom and dad. This can be relationships with family, co-workers. Any relationship in your life where it wasn't an equal give and take, there wasn't compromise, it didn't bring you peace and balance, it didn't have you feeling good inside emotionally, and when we stay connected to these people or individuals or making these choices, that keeps you stuck, or feeling stuck, or causes blockages in your life with moving forward. And that is a blockage of you feeling loved, a blockage of you healing so you can get that divine connection, a blockage of finances, a blockage of you loving you, all those things incorporating together in that. And this is also realizing that on what's been keeping you stuck in life, the people, the choices you make, the people you date, the resistance to your own journey of that healing, that journey to self-love. It is so important. It took me a while to understand how important it is, you know um all that time you sat waiting on a person to come in and heal a connection with you, or all that time you spent staying in a connection trying to make it work and it didn't. That's because it was not meant for you. And with this epiphany and this realization or this understanding or enlightenment, that's from this moment forward on, trusting your intuition, keeping quiet, going within, trusting your intuition that the only true way to find peace and balance in your life and your emotions is to make better decisions. That's better decisions with the people you choose to be around, better decisions in relationships. Because most importantly, when we're in a relationship, that other being has so much effect on our behavior, our how we feel within, our emotions, that it's important this moment forward to make better decisions when it comes to dating because of that fact, and it's with this enlightenment and knowing this, and taking self inventory and realizing It's being able to go with that flow, go with the flow, not being focused on a relationship, not feeling like you need a relationship or another person to validate you or make you feel whole. Finding that peace and balance within, because if we don't find peace and balance within ourselves and we seek it from another, we never truly get it, because you have to first give it to yourself to be able to attract a like-minded individual who can give it to you. And with knowing that, it's willing to spend time with yourself, willing to work on yourself and heal those things and realize those things and take action towards those things, so you can have peace and balance, so you can have harmony in your life, so you can heal. And once you work on those things and heal, that divine connection comes in. But until then, it's always going to be a repeated cycle with a person or new faces, until you heal that within you. And this comes with trusting your tuition, giving yourself time and having the patience and giving yourself time to heal. This doesn't happen in a week. This doesn't happen in a month. It's truly giving yourself time to heal from old relationship wounds, patterns, people, hurts, beliefs, working on forgiveness, you know, no matter what was done or who was at fault, working on forgiveness and realizing you had a choice in every decision that you made. You chose to stay, you chose to put up with this, you chose this person, you chose this, you chose to keep repeating things, you chose not to heal, you chose not to see or find a new perspective on this. And when you sit and give yourself time without being in a relationship and you're healing, you're working on your maturity, your emotions, your abundance, your boundaries. And this is with anybody, not just lovers. You truly start becoming connected and in tune with your emotions, yourself, those higher messages that we receive, and listening to yourself. When you're around someone and it don't feel right, you remove yourself. Why? Because your body and your intuition's telling you to. Instead of sitting there, although you felt something was off, you chose to stick around. That's what relationships too. Although someone's hindering you or it doesn't bring peace and balance, you chose to stay stuck. It's changing that, because you have choices and everything is up to you, self-will here. But this is trusting and believing that I need time to heal. I need time alone, not to be in a relationship. That's the only true way I heal. If I jump from one to the next, or I stay waiting on someone else, or I stay stuck in something, you never truly heal. And the whole time, your intuition or your gut was telling you this ain't for you, but your emotions are tight and you can't leave. This person ain't your friend. This family member really doesn't, whatever it is for you. And you choose to still deal with an individual or those people, knowing what you know. This is gaining a new perspective, setting those boundaries and taking action, and truly keeping your body, yourself, and your energy into yourself until it's a divine connection. You will know it's a divine connection, because you will know by communication. You'll know by what a person shows and does for you. You will know by if you've truly given yourself time to heal and you don't have insecurities or attention seeking or validating through other people, and you're okay with going within and being alone. Then you will attract that same like-minded individual. But if you refuse to do the work and heal, and you choose to stay stuck, or you choose to keep self-sacrificing your happiness and your peace and balance for the sake of another, you'll never truly find that peace and happiness and balance. And the choice is always yours. Some sacrifices and endings are hard. Yes, it's painful. It hurts. Yes. But the quicker you take action towards it, confirmation, the quicker healing can begin. And you can be on that journey to self-love. You can be on that journey to finding your higher purpose yourself. You can be on that journey to giving peace and love to others, and sitting and having that trust and faith and trusting yourself that you're not going to give yourself up or to anyone until it is truly right. A relationship where you don't have to prove yourself, over giving, where you don't have to wonder what the next is doing. You don't have to argue. There's no that conflict, a relationship that truly brings compromise, that cares about your feelings, cares about your opinion, you know, someone who's not driven off passion. It's not based off attraction, where you don't have to wonder or worry about trust and loyalty. And yes, it is possible. Yes, it does exist. But you first have to believe that and go within and heal and make yourself whole and make yourself that individual in order to attract that individual in return. It's, that's that balance. And trusting and believe and giving yourself time to wait on the right connection. A lot of people jump in connections out of loneliness, boredom, attention, especially when holidays are around, wanting to just feel like you can't spend that holiday alone, or it'd be nice to be with someone, or if I had the significant other, or everyone, it's different reasons. But it's like, being okay with being alone and putting yourself first enough to go within and heal, and not basing your happiness and your life and your decisions upon another or a relationship, to make you happy. And that's getting out of your head and your thoughts, receiving this clarity and truth about people and yourself. It's like realizing you really need to heal. You really need to work on forgiveness. You need to let that past pain and hurts go. Seeing people and things for what they are. If it's dealing with the same individual who repeats a hurtful or betrayal over and over and over, and realizing like I'm steady dealing with it, well, what do you think you would get in return? That person's going to continue to do that because you're not putting those boundaries up. You're not making another individual respect you and sticking to it, not allowing people to come in and out of your life, you know, because that can block your blessings. That brings you confusion emotionally. No longer sitting around waiting for the next person to change. We cannot change people. We can give advice, we can point you in the right direction, but a person has to want to change, and you can't make someone else change. Making sure you're not being manipulated to stick in situations or relationships based off finances, or dealing with people who hold back, who don't express emotions, don't show love, people who refuse to change, people who uses your feelings against them, you know third parties, no longer willing to be a third party. If you know your person or people in the past, or it could have been a pattern for you, you always seem to find out about a third party, or you were the third party, or it always seems to happen. That means you need to spend some time alone, and first and most importantly, heal that wound, that heartbreak, because there's something that keeps attracting that energy in for you. And there's something you need to work on within you to heal that, to no longer attract that law of attraction, right? Some of you, it's attracting those immature energies, who people who are immature emotionally, don't have emotional maturity where they express emotions, they talk about their feelings, they're open for discussion without getting angry, not dealing with people who sneak and lie, not dealing with people who are married or already in commitments, making sure you don't just jump in a relationship quickly because someone made you feel good or gave you a compliment or was attractive. You did your research. You took your time to actually get to know someone before you had sex with them. They say 6 month grace period sometimes, but it's realizing how quick do you deal with an individual without even knowing them, knowing what you're getting into, all those things. And this could go back to childhood, wounds, from parents or whatever, that first relationship that hurt you or anything. It could just simply be anything, not dealing with people who, are guarded, because you'll never get anything out of that relationship, people who keep secrets, and things will continue to repeat and happen as long as you don't make decisions. And the main energy here is, you know, making better decisions when it comes to relationships. And even now, and if you are in one and it still doesn't bring peace and balance and compromise, having that strength and courage to make a decision to no longer be stuck in your life or in a relationship, or feeling like that relationship will define you and make you happy, that you must stay stuck in it, because you'll never attain that happiness. And it's almost like insanity. I'm going to stick in it, it's going to change, this person's going to change, this is the one for me, and blah blah blah, but if that person ain't putting in no action and you're willing to put up and deal with whatever, why would they change? So it's learning to reject offers, especially when it comes to partying. I know it's the holidays and a lot of people mainly are just drinking, partying. You have those people who drink and party, responsibly. there are people like that out there, but maybe the individuals you surround yourself with, they only link up when it is time to party, or they don't drink and party responsibly. They don't have stability in their life. They don't handle all their business first and then celebrate. These might be people who celebrate who aren't, really there for their children, or celebrating with people who are in the wrong relationship, celebrating with people who drink till they get drunk instead of, one or two and done. You reassessing those kind of things too, um and closing out that cycle and learning to walk away from relationships that do not bring peace and balance. Or maybe people have walked away from you after you've given everything you got and you tried and you thought you could make someone happy or this and that, and they still left you out in the cold, drained you financially, could have lied and stolen from you, and then you still are willing to give. And this is just an example, making sure you're not doing that. It's making better decisions in relationships and willing to make that sacrifice for the sake of your peace and happiness, and not holding grudges, not holding resentments, and trusting that you need to heal. Starting that journey to healing and trusting your intuition and starting listening to it more instead of ignoring it when it comes to making better decisions in relationships. And also trusting there is that a divine connection out there for everyone. But that's only once you've healed, worked on your insecurities, anything that you need to work on that causes you to be treated less than, or stick in situations, or have bad intentions in relationships, or deal with people with bad intentions. All of you, it's different, you know but most importantly, not being focused on the relationship, being focused on you and healing you and everything that you need, and giving yourself time to truly heal before getting in the next relationship. A lot of people are hurt and they jump in the next relationship before they're truly over the last, or before they truly healed. If you're still thinking about something, a hurt, betrayal, if you're still upset, you cannot date another or allow someone to come in to make you feel better, because that relationship could end up like the last, or it's not going to last because the intentions weren't right getting in it. There wasn't no time taken to get to know each other. There wasn't no time given to heal in a good amount of time. I'm not saying a month, a good amount of time to work on you, your abundance and other priorities and things that's more important than a relationship, you know, especially if your parents, so those kids don't get those patterns and don't see it and don't have to go through those same things, so they know their self-worth and value. They learn maturity, they learn those things by demonstration, right? um so that's the energy, what I got for you guys today. Like, share, subscribe.